Alrighty, good afternoon, Speed Gaming, or good evening for our European viewers. Welcome to another match in the Super Mario 3D Sandbox tournament. Should have a pretty fun match coming up here between Team P, that would be Alev's team, and Team Ganon, which would be Ganon Slayer's team. Yeah, we're going to be starting off with Super Mario 64 as usual here, and probably just a couple minutes here as we get the racers coordinated. First matchup is going to be Alev on the left here versus Ape Duden. I'm not sure how he usually says his name, but I think he might go by Ape, so I think that's what we'll go for. So Aleph, at least I believe he's running on Virtual Console. It doesn't quite look like at the moment. We'll have to confirm, but I believe he's running on Virtual Console and Ape is on N64. So we'll see some fun differences there, I suppose. Aleph probably will be favored in this race, given his PB is a 48 something or other. And also just a little bit of advantage from VC in general, but that was kind of factored in the draft process anyway, so it's not the most important deal. An Ape having, I believe, a 52 something PB. I had these written down somewhere. Let's see. Ape's rocking a 52-42, so a little bit of a disparaging or a disparagement. A little bit of time difference in this matchup, but Team Ganon, which is Ape's team, does have, of course, Ganon Slayer on their team, in which they have a disparity, that would be the word, in which they will have a pretty big advantage in SMO, about a 5-minute PB difference in that game. And so, as far as the relay goes, we'll probably see Team Ganon take a bit of a deficit in SM64. SMS is somewhat close to even, not necessarily in one team's favor. Well, I mean, PB difference of about a minute and a half, but we'll see. And then for SMO, Team Ganon should regain a lot of time, and so we could see a pretty tight race here. And again, we're just waiting for our 64 players here to ready up, and should get started pretty soon here. I guess a little interesting note is that if the leaderboard is correct, which sometimes it's not, just depending on players, then Aleph actually has the VC world record for 70 star, which kind of speaks to SM64 players generally preferring N64, given that the N64 record is a 46 and the VC record is only a 48, but still a very good time nonetheless. Just kind of interesting there. I'll have to apologize for my general slight unfamiliarity when it comes to SM64 versus my main speed game, which is Super Mario Sunshine. But I'll be happy to say that I will not be commentating Super Mario Odyssey, which would be even more shameful and less put together. So I will have Zeke coming in to do that a little bit later. He's not on the layout, but maybe we'll get that added later. But yeah, looks like our players are just about ready, potentially. Restream's about 30-40 seconds in the past, and so we'll see them ready up eventually here. think Ape needs to get off of his practice ROM here, but it looks like he's doing that just fine. And the countdown is happening in real life, and so in about 30 to 40 seconds here, we should be getting started. They're just making sure their timers work here, making sure the file is clear. Let's see. And it looks like we're off. Aleph perhaps maybe didn't start immediately on time there, or maybe that's just kind of factored in with his timer, but we might get that synced up somewhat shortly. But the final times are really what matter here, so any weird stuff with somebody, you know, accidentally not starting on time will eventually be factored in. We try to keep it as close to real time as possible, but with internet delays and weird little things happening, we want to make sure it's fair and not just decide things arbitrarily upon oh, this person started their console 2 seconds earlier, stuff like that. So there does seem to be a little bit of difference just in where they start their timers. I'm not sure if that's a virtual console thing or not, but it should be mostly close in terms of comparison. Both getting Lakitu skip, no problem. Looks good from Ape. Oh, not quite. Doesn't make it through. Should be able to retry with a bomb here. Aleph makes it through no problem. There we go. Second try for Ape. Not too bad. So yeah, we do see Aleph pull ahead, which is, kind of expected, just given the PB difference, which, will be made up for quite a bit by SMO. But obviously this race is far from over. We've seen a lot of good players in this tournament get really substandard times. Definitely can happen in Mario 64. Not a free game by any means. Looks like we're just seeing normal route here. One slide onto Womps and then another slide. And they'll pick up the wing cap star and Bob on Battlefield later. Not that I was expecting Island Hop, I just figured I'd mention it. I'd be interested to see which strats they each opt for in terms of their Canless and Owlless stuff here. Aleph setting up. Looks like he's just kind of doing the regular setup here. Shouldn't be any problem. Meanwhile, Ape was that double jump Owlless? Wow. I think that was double jump. That was very impressive. Yep, I just caught it on the Twitch restream. Yeah, very cool. Double jump Owlless. I'd imagine Ape's going to be lining up for his own can sip. Or no, he's doing 100 coins here. So see which cycle he's able to get here. As it looks like Aleph is doing the same thing. Ooh, a bit of weirdness from Aleph there. Didn't quite make it up. See Ape kind of second and a half cycle or something here. I'm not exactly sure how you refer to it, but looking good from Ape. And aside from a couple little weird things from Alf, I think this was largely a good 100 coins from both of them. That's nice. We've seen a lot of races where Wumps has been extremely scary for some racers, so nice to see. Nice to see at least some things going well. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a reason that's where most resets happen. Is Wumps is hard. And it's looking like Alif's stream might be the one that's more likely to cut out, and so I think I will temporarily switch to Ape Dude's audio here, see if that's a little more consistent for us. A bit of a weird canalist setup and does not work, so looks like he'll be finishing off Wild Blue here. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think usually you do a slide kick to avoid grabbing that pole, so just didn't quite get that to happen. I believe Ape Dude has one more try for Cannonless here. Let's see if it goes well. Very nice. And we do have a glimpse back into Alif's stream here. Sitting at 7 stars, probably, yeah, this would be about tied there at the same star count, although there's a little bit of a timer disparity, so this would actually be Alif in the lead by a little bit. Looking like about 15 seconds. But this is an interesting slight sync moment with them both actually fighting the Womp at the same time. The idiosyncrasies of Twitch restreaming will always be interesting. Looking like fairly standard strats here. Triple jump, yep. Pretty good for both. Our players will get a second chance at the slide here, see what they're able to get. I think it was a 12-8 from Alif, and a something 13 something from Ape. So, yeah, it's a good question. I'm actually not certain what the 15-second delay exactly represents. I know there was a little bit of delay at the start, as I hope that weird audio is not coming through on stream, is it? That might just be my headphones. But yeah, as far as the VC stuff, there was a little bit of delay on the timer, but I think it was only a few seconds. So I think we'll just pause and kind of let the timers catch up again, probably. But yeah, final time is going to be the most important thing, so we will figure it out if the timer's a little weird at the end. Alpha, unfortunately, getting burned there, has to take the second red coin a little early. I imagine that makes it a little hard to make the Shigeru cycle, I believe, so we'll see if he's able to hit that. Not looking good, unfortunately, for it. Ape not having the same problems, it looks like. So Ape might make a cycle over Aleph here. I'm not very good at identifying cycles. Unfortunately, Ape had to wait there. Probably could have made it, but respect the safety when you're late in Dark World in a race, so not too much of a problem there. Ooh, unfortunately, didn't quite get that triple jump there. There we go. Alf's going to toss Bowser. Very nice. No lag reduction strats necessary. And I would tell you how Aleph's run is doing exiting Dark World, but I really don't know what a good time looks like. So who's in the lead? Actually, Aleph is in the lead. So Aleph is not only farther, but his timer is a little bit earlier. So if they were playing the same level at the same time, then Aleph would be ahead, but Aleph is basically double ahead at this point, if we're looking at the stream here. And make his way up to the island. Should be pretty simple here. Oh, that's a kind of an odd bonk from Ape there. I think the same thing actually happens in Mario Sunshine, where if you are belly sliding off of a ledge and you and it's basically a shallow enough ledge to where you fall, Mario will just kind of bonk. It is rather strange. But I think we'll switch to Aleph audio real quick here. So we're getting a little bit of stream walkiness, but shouldn't be too worried. Let's see. Alpha, the cool wall kicks will work there. And it looks like Aleph is opting for the route where you get the extra star, or well, it's not the extra star. I guess the newer route takes out a star from CCM in favor of doing pillarless twice, and so it looks like he's doing the normal, just one pillarless route here, in which he'll get the 100 coins during the Big Penguin race. Speaking of penguin, he's going to save the penguin. This is surprisingly free for how weird it looks. It certainly looks precarious, but in practice, it's actually pretty easy to get the speed you need. Just if you land on the correct slope, it'll give it to you, basically. And it looks like Ape's doing his 100 coins here, so weren't able to see with the stream if he already did the first slide start or not, but I would imagine he's not trying to do double pillarless. I just, you know, most players are not doing double pillarless in races like this, so I wouldn't expect him to either. Yep, there's a big penguin, so he'll be racing there. Depending on how many safety coins you get before you enter the race, you kind of have to miss a few, but you can't miss too many. And so see if his coin count lines up all right here. 78 looks good. I think he just needs to miss one. Or no, he couldn't miss any. Never mind. So that's the perfect amount. Very nice. And Aleph with the perfect coin count as well. Yeah, missing any coins here is minutes of time loss, as you need to get the 100 coin star again. And so good to see that didn't happen either. Did I say minutes? It'd probably be closer to a minute, but yeah, still quite bad. And Ape still has to do one. Not sure what it would be. Looks like it's just the rescuing the small penguin. So he will do that before moving on to BBH. BBH, very resident sleeper kind of level in 120 star, but in 70 we just come in here, get 2 stars, and leave pretty much. So it's probably a lot better, I'd say, than 120 star. Yeah, Aleph's going to go for the big boo here first. Seems like you can pretty much dispatch this guy same way every time, no problem. And get up on top of the house there. Very nice. Ooh, Ape getting a really wonky camera there, kind of made the side flip difficult. Getting a little bit of a crawl, but he should be able to take this out. Just going to play it safe. Yeah, I respect that. The boo was a little bit far away, so I don't think the long jump would have necessarily beaten the boo in that case. Important thing there is not falling off the house. I swear, between 64 and Sunshine, there are so many levels where certain types of mistakes will just cost you just exorbitant amounts of time loss. Like Sunshine has the secret levels where a death is, potentially up to like 40, 50 seconds, and this game has all sorts of crazy time losses you can get for just unfortunate mistakes. See how Pillarless goes for Aleph here. That's looking pretty good. Taking his time on the cliff, very good. And there we go. See, like I said, I think we're just doing one Pillarless here, so good to get that out of the way. Unless there is some secret route I don't know about where you do, the extra star in CCM and 2 Pillarless, which apparently is what's happening right now because he's doing Pillarless again and takes a death. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm not certain what star he's cutting because it was my impression that the double Pillarless route was supposed to take out a star from CCM, so have to see. Got 2 Pillarlesses happening at one time here. Looks like both should work. There we go. Pillarless from both, very nice. And so since they're both they both did the same CCM, I wonder if Ape is doing a second Pillarless as well. I wouldn't have expected it, but that's unfortunate. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people use that ironically. I was not intending to be ironic there. Yeah, it just looked like he took a bad line there, unfortunately. Some unique routing. I don't think anything will be quite as unique as the race that that ISO did. I believe it was the first race in this tournament that I commentated with Nick Bluth, where ISO did HMC early and came back and did SSL late. That was very interesting. So I doubt we'll be seeing something like that. But yeah, past Pillarless, the stars in here are not too bad, it seems like. So yeah, Aleph with an extra star going to Lethal Lava Land. And so we'll see what he ends up skipping. But that is definitely a lead, despite them appearing to be in the same level here. Ooh, red coin tile's not on a super good cycle for him after landing in the lava there for Ape. But recovers just fine. Looks like Aleph is going for the big bully. Ape going for the wing camp over the wall here. And no problem on either. Unfortunate for Ape there. One of the bully's hitboxes didn't quite make contact with Mario there. But, I'd say all things considered with the, expected disadvantage Ape had going in, he's doing pretty well, I think. I think there's been very few, big mistakes from him. Just a little bit of sloppiness here and there. So, playing pretty well. Obviously, Tippy can be another beast for any player, really. So, we'll have to see how the race develops there. But, if Ape can pull a better than expected performance, that would really help his team as the relay continues here. And Aleph going for Lethal Lava Lane 100 coins. So I was looking for what star he would skip, but then he's gone and added another star. So I don't really know. We'll just have to see what he does. This is a cool star, so I'm happy to see it. Bit of 120 strats coming out here. So I guess this would be done just to remove Lava Boost from the run, which, I wasn't under the impression that's a, particularly difficult trick for most players, but I don't know, depending on the day, maybe some people are less comfortable with it or something. Speaking of which, Ape unfortunately takes a death on his Lava Boost. Didn't quite get the height there. Now finishes up his 100 coins plus Volcano without too much trouble there. Ape going for triple jump again. That's looking better. There we go. I'm not sure if he did a different setup the first time, but second try is just fine. Did I see... I suppose he's at 30 stars and I also 32. I suppose Ape must have done the lava or the volcano elevator at some point. I wasn't watching, but he must have done it if he's only 2 stars behind, because that would be 1 pillarless and then 1 lethal lava land 100 coins. So okay. So yeah, Aleph flexing a little bit, collecting extra stars and still being not that far behind, or potentially with the timer discrepancy, they could be like just barely tied basically in terms of the level. We get some pretty pogfish swimming here. This is definitely a lot harder than it looks from my limited experience. Good swimming definitely takes time to learn, I'd say. And we're going to see possibly one of the largest time saves from Virtual Console on Aleph's side, as they're both going to do the sub-star. And Ape will try his darndest to look away from that sub and generate as little lag as possible, but Aleph will, he'll be sitting pretty. He'll just kind of roll up to it, and the game will do just fine. I suspect they'll both do back sub. I think front sub is pretty much for most people kind of a top level strat. Front sub looks quite difficult. So yeah, find back sub from both. Yeah, he just rolls right up to the star, no problem. No lag at all. Ape unfortunately misses the first ring, but that's usually not a problem, I don't think. There we go. These rings have extremely deceptive hitboxes, and so if you miss the first 5 or 6, recovering can be quite tricky. I think Pan and Koic had a good video about how the hitboxes don't actually line up with what they actually look like. It's quite interesting. So into Fire Sea, I'll be interested to see the different strats or cycles that they're able to go for. Looks pretty similar so far. Nice wall kicks from Ape. Those are surprisingly difficult as well. I'll have to stop in for the lava boost, which is good too. And that looks really clean from Ape. I think he's making it. Very nice. That's the fastest cycle you can get, I believe. At least with red coins. But that was very nice. Unfortunately, he takes the fire there, but he should be just fine. Aleph, I think, had to take a later cycle, I think. Probably should have watched that. And Aleph getting burned a little bit. He can take one more burn, but after that, he's got to be careful. And looks like he's good. And yeah, that was good Fire Sea from both, especially for Ape. Very nice. And we'll give Bowser another fun bomb explosion here, and yeah. I haven't seen people miss this very often, so not expecting too much trouble. So yeah, both players moving into upstairs with their second key. Again, it's looking very close, but we look at the star count. Aleph took 2 extra stars, being a second pillarless, an SSL, and a LLL 100 coins, and so still waiting to see which ones he skips, but I wouldn't imagine he'd skip anything in Wet Dry World. This seems to be a pretty normal level. You don't really see people skipping anything in here. The thing that immediately sticks out to me as a possible skip would be TTC 100 coins. That wasn't something I thought he would do at first, but given that he skipped Lava Boost, that would be the next thing I would think that you'd want to skip. A lot of races have had unfortunate TTC 100s, just lots of falls, deaths, anything weird, and so cutting out TTC 100s could be a really good play for him. Just removing one of the more inconsistent parts of the race. And I don't have a lot to say about Wet Dry World, but I will say it's always very fun to watch the movement stars in here. I think players enjoy this as well. Ape Dude unfortunately missed the spider at the start when he was doing the blue coin switch, so he'll have to, I believe, make it up with the yellow box towards the end. Aleph not opting for the really weird triple jump wall kick on that slope, so that's a super weird strat, so no surprise there. It's kind of weird, so yeah, Ape got just enough coins there. Missing the spider is unfortunate, but it was kind of in a weird spot for him. So, and was that the normal amount of stars for Aleph in Wet Dry World, or did he just skip something? Boy, I'm doing a great job commentating SM64. He does not do Wet Dry World 100s. Okay. Thank you for the intel. That's interesting, and so that would be the 2 stars that he does not do. Yeah, I could respect it. Pretty RNG heavy star with the coins. You don't really see too many RNG stars like that in 70 star at least. Obviously in 120 star you've got a decent amount of 100 coin stars where you're worried about coin RNG like Bob on Battlefield 100 coins, stuff like that. But yeah, as far as I can think of it, Wet Dry World would be the greatest offender in terms of RNG. So very interesting. I think Ape has one more star to do here in Wet Dry World. As we're rolling through Tiny Huge Island, THI, for Aleph. I think Ape is just doing Shocking Arrow Lift, so 2 pretty simple stars on screen here. Though I have seen Disaster strike certain players getting burned and falling off there, so good to see that not happen. And Aleph is already out of THI. Is it me, or was that really short too? Maybe he just did all the stars in just enough time for me to not notice. He's going to be going for his mountain clips here, see what kind of stuff he gets. Insta-clip, very nice. And good log jump. Those are kind of the 2 scariest parts, I'd say. Oof. That side flip dive into the star is pretty spooky, but very nice. Ooh, Ape. Yeah, not quite enough speed going down that slope, or maybe mistimed his jump. Oddly enough, got a wall kick, but this isn't Mario Sunshine. You can't actually save yourself with a glitchy wall kick in this game, at least to my knowledge. So, unfortunate. Looks like Aleph is rocking and rolling through Tall Mountain here. Ape's going to get his second try at this jump here. Hopefully it goes a little better. That's good. There we go. Probably just needed a little more speed last time. TTM Reds over here. Very fun star to watch, done well here. And that was really clean from Aleph. Very nice. And Alf's lining up his box here. Very nice. Another scary strat. Yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit about the categories instead of question chat. Yeah, 70 star basically. Technically, the rule set is basically just you are banned from doing backwards long jumps, which is the primary way of, I believe, the only way of getting past the star doors that usually require 50 and 70 stars. And so with backwards long jumps banned, effectively you just have to get whatever 70 stars are fastest and then beat Bowser. And so I think this category is very good from a kind of pure gameplay perspective. No MIPS clip, no backwards long jumps, no like weird tricks like those. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but it's nice to have a category where you're really just playing Mario. You're just running and jumping, so that's nice to see. Aleph looks like he was going for Snowman's head, but kind of fell down the slope and just diverted to the box star there, which I think would be a pretty good backup since you're already in the area. Ape seems to get mountain clip no problem, but oh, really weird angle there. I did not know you could save it like that. That's very good. Good presence of mind. And I can see from the stars title that we did get Snowman's big head, and we didn't get to see it, but no big deal. I guess it's interesting. Ape is running on the Japanese version, which I believe is a little bit slower for 70 star. Probably not a huge deal, but English is actually faster for 70 star. Ape kind of, oh, yeah, that stinks. Missed mountain clip, tried to back it up with the box, but the box backup did not quite work out for him. All right, good second try on mountain clip there, no problem. And yeah, he's getting to the top, no problem there. Aleph has wrapped up SL, so he's going to be heading back down to the basement to finish. Grab the second MIPS and do HMC. I see Ape probably go for red coins here, and then he'll do his next box attempt. So Aleph conquers MIPS, and we'll see if red coins go all right for Ape here. Not looking too bad. There we go. It's very easy to get tripped up and fall down at different points in that star. Seeing two very stressful jumps both on the same stream, but we are fine. HMC, I believe, is regarded as one of the easier or more consistent levels in 70 star, just in terms of what you're expected to do compared to, say, SSL, Rainbow Ride, TikTok Clock. So hopefully not going to see anything too catastrophic on off screen. Gonna be doing his Christmas Miracle attempt here. Doesn't quite get the right angle for the wall jump. So he's just going to clip through. Do a little backup with the door here, and that's not too bad. Ape Dude going for his own snowman's head here, looking good. Gets up just fine, very nice. That's another one I see people struggle on a lot. There's a number of backups, but you really don't see, or you don't like to see falling down from the top of the snowman there. Ooh, unfortunate rock from Alf there. That rock was really out to get him. Get a bit of a pause champ on Alex's stream here as Ape collects the box star, no problem. Yeah, I don't think there's too much left in HMC for Aleph here. That may have been the last one. Unless I am remembering incorrectly. Yep, he is out of there and headed upstairs. So, if someone can chat can tell me, is 58 the expected number of stars going upstairs? Because I know we had 2 extra stars, and then we didn't do interesting forward long jumps there from Alf. Sorry, getting distracted. I know we skipped Wet Dry World 100, and we got 2 extra stars before that, so I would assume we're on the right star count, but I could be wrong. See how Lackey 2 bounce goes here. Spinies did not heck him up, and he's going to get on the pole. Very nice. Okay. And confirm we're at the expected star count. We're going to see pretty much the same tippy from both, I would expect. Ape gets MIPS, no problem. And it's good to see Lakitu bounce go, or Lakitu bounce, as some of you may call it. I think I flip-flop on the day whether or not I call them Lakitus or Lakitus. Ooh. Yeah, didn't quite get enough speed on that long jump. There is a kind of easy setup, but I think, top level runners are trying to not set that up and just kind of YOLO the long jump more or less. That's looking a little better, and there's a ledge grab. Okay. Ape Dude's getting his Lake Star, no problem there. And yeah, I guess I'd say as far as a Rainbow Ride Death goes, that's not one of the worst ones you can get for Aleph there, so hopefully he's not feeling too shaken from anything like that. Should just hopefully be able to close these next few stars out, no problem. Ooh, that dive rollout, I've never seen that. That's very scary. See if we get Christmas Miracle from Ape. Very nice. I did not see the wall jump leading up to it, but it must have been good. Rainbow Ride red coins are always very fun to watch. Just think it flows really nicely. It looked like Ape missed a jump there, but that was probably intentional because he was able to get up to that star no problem. It almost looked like a backup, but that had to have been intentional. Right? You don't just fall on the pit and then get a perfect angle for a triple jump, right? I'm not crazy, right? Meanwhile, we will be going into TikTok Clock, scariest level in the game by far. Leading off with TikTok 100 coins, get it out of the way. Get this absurdly hard star out. Makes it up, that's pretty difficult. Never seen Ape do that before? Wow. God Gamer making up a backup on the spot. Alright, Aleph making his way up here. Still a couple places where you could fall or hit some invisible walls, but I think a lot of the hard stuff is out of the way here. Let's see. This is the part I'd be most worried about. No invis wall. Let's go back and hit the box, but no problem. Alright. Very nice. No TikTok Clock meltdown just yet. See Ape's Lakitu bounce. That's looking good. Just gotta make it on the pole, and very nice. Ooh, very clean get up there. That movement looks quite tight. Not quite what Aleph wanted there on that triple jump strat. So I suppose he'll have to just figure out how to get to the nearest star, whatever it is. Ape's going for his tricky triangles. That's looking good. Yep, Aleph's just going to get in that cage there. Yeah, it is very cool that, you know, top level strats are basically just, you know, don't stop the clock, just kind of deal with the... Oh man, that's unfortunate he missed it twice. I've seen that be pretty consistent for people, but it looks, at the same time, it looks quite hard, so I'm not surprised that you could have trouble with it. Taking a death, I didn't see what happened there. So this could be a little chance for Ape to make up some ground here. Obviously, Ape's in, you know, a sizable deficit, but, you know, if he has a clean TTC, that'll really help his team. Ooh. Aleph with a tight wall jump, or tight long jump into that cage there. Yeah, obviously if we're looking at the relay as a whole, then, you know, Aleph definitely wants to get a big lead for his team, because both Rick Rex, our SMS player, and Ganon, our SMO player, both have, well, specifically Ganon has a large SMO advantage, but Rick Rex has a little advantage over Gernal Mike as well, so it will be interesting to see how these SM64 how these SM64 times will play into the race as a whole. You know, it could potentially ease tensions for Team Ganon's players, or, you know, could make them choke if they think they're ahead, etc. And so there's a fun little meta when it comes to, oh, we should be ahead, or, you know, we've got this much time to save, you know, we're expecting players to do whatever. So it's very interesting to see what how people will perform and what strats they'll go for when they, you know, perceive that they're winning or losing in this type of format. Aleph nails the movement this time. I've been kind of ignoring the movement for a while, but I think most people kind of know what's going on in SM64 movement, so You don't need to hear me try to describe strats that I've never even done, so that's all right. Aleph collecting the 70th star. Seems like he just had the one death, and maybe just unfortunate fall in 1 star. But other than that, pretty good TTC. Ape finishing hundreds very nicely. Hardest part of TTC, so glad to have that over with. And hopefully we'll get to see Aleph finish his run here. Hopefully Twitch will bless us with the video feed for his gameplay. But if I had to guess based on the timer, it looks like Aleph is going to pull out a low 50-minute time, which is pretty good for a race. Meanwhile, if I, absolutely had to guess, it'd probably be like a 53 for Ape. That's just the absolute newbiest of guesses, though. But Ape's doing well. No problems in TTC so far. Please no commentaries curse also. Oh, and here we've got Aleph moving into the Bowser fight. Given the time it took to get him there, I imagine he fell or took a death or something. I guess we could look at life count to see if he did die or not, but he looks like he took some time loss getting in Bowser the Sky there. Ape, unfortunately, taking a fall. Gonna have to work his way back up. Not the end of the world, but not great there. And it looks like Aleph gets his final throw. He fell down 3 times. Oh, no. Well, Aleph, you're just lucky we didn't get to see it. That's all I'll say. Aleph finishes with, should be like a 51... I suppose it's a 51.25. Could be something weird with VC timing, but GG to Aleph. Pulling off a pretty good run. Unfortunate Bowser in the Sky looks like in the end, but GG to Aleph regardless. And so Urinal Mike will be stepping up for SMS, which I'm very excited for personally. It is my speed game of choice and very excited to see it, but still some exciting ending SM64 gameplay from Ape here. I'm not sure if he already got the Toad, which we'll see in a second here. And it looks like he did already get the Toad, so we got one more. Just gotta collect these red coins and he'll be good to go. And, it's not too bad that we've got SMS happening at the same time because we're pretty much just in cutscene land for SMS for a little while. You all know there's 7 minutes of cutscenes right at the start of SMS, we're not missing too much. Alright, good triple jump dive there. And we're seeing which strat Ape goes for here. If he goes like left side wall kicks potentially. Looks like that's what he's going for. And very nice. Just needs to close out the very last of this movement here. And yeah, at least saved a little time off of Alepht's Bowser in the Sky by not falling. So very nice looking like ending from here. Just got to nail 3 throws and he'll be out of there. Meanwhile, Mike, he's already gathered Flood here, which is pretty simple movement. And he's just going to spray the plant. Nothing too crazy happened there. We just see 1 missed throw, sadly. Ooh, just on the edge of that hitbox, it looked like. Second throw is good. And lined up well for the third. Just a little late on that. Very unfortunate. And GG to Ape, finishing off that final throw. Good run from him, definitely the underdog in this race, so not a bad performance by any means. Pulled off some really cool strats, so that was a great run. I believe, so that's a 52 from Aleph and a 55 from Ape Dude, so very nice. GG to both of our SM64 players. We're gonna get that beautiful sunshine cutscene audio coming in through here. Oh, 51? Did I say the wrong thing? I might have said the wrong thing, and I apologize.
Using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is...
So yeah, as we listen to the political crisis happening in Delfino Isle here, let's talk a bit about the runners. We got Rick Rex coming up for Team Ganon. Rick Rex is a newer player, but he has definitely been grinding the heck out of this game and getting pretty good lately. He recently got a PB that was 1:17:04 or 3, I believe. Definitely going for some hard strats. Definitely a grinder, that one, and very good player. Urinal Mike, more of a... I'm not sure if he's one of the boomers necessarily, but he's been around a while. Very good player. His PB is about a minute and a half behind with like a 1:18:28, I think. Okay, confirmed humor. I wasn't sure. I am a SMS Zoomer myself, pretty new to the community, so hard to tell exactly when everybody joined, but...
This appears to be quite a predicament.
Yeah, 2 quite good gamers here. Pretty much anything can happen in Sunshine, so the PB difference is sometimes not that important. You know, a lot of people like to call it the RNG for a reason that runs can differ, but, you know, most of the time it's going to be kind of up to gameplay and kind of to mistakes as far as who comes out on top. And, you know, Sunshine has that same thing going on with Mario 64, where one tiny mistake can pretty much own you. A fall in pin of 3 can cost like 30 seconds, potentially. You know, a death in Bianco 6 at the end is like 40. Oh, lots of stuff can happen in Corona. Like, there's a whole lot that can be super weird with this game.
The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal. Tomorrow we must do our best to...
So with Mike having a 4-minute lead into this race, I believe it's about a 4-minute lead. You know, I wouldn't expect to see a lead change necessarily. Rick Rex could definitely save a little time over Mike in general, but I would expect Mike to maintain the lead generally. Outside of some crazy stuff, which I don't want to jinx, obviously, but it will be interesting to see what happens regardless. Finally out of cutscene hell, and Mike's just going to be taking care of this plant here. This effectively is cutscene anyway, so I lied a little bit, and we do have another little cutscene coming up, but after that we're going to be rolling into Bianca Hills, and fun times will begin. And yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Sunshine, it is a little bit different from SM64 in terms of movement. Mario is very snappy in terms of how he moves. You can pretty much turn on a dime in a lot of situations. Excuse me. Whereas SM64 seems a little bit more like controlling a boat, potentially. Mario does not turn around very quickly in that game. But the movement in both games is very technical. A lot of the movement in this game comes down to how well you can utilize Flood, your water cannon. There's a lot of difficult strats you can do with hovering, such as hover sliding, where you immediately get a water slide pretty much from a standstill, which is a great way to build speed. You've also got the spam spray we'll see. Basically, it's the same input as a backflip in this game, and you can do backflips, but the backflip also puts out a really big spray of water that will be used a lot in the game. It's that shotgun spray you'll see, basically. And so we'll see it on this level as we fight PD Piranha. It'll be a very easy way to fill PD with water and take him out. But the chief thing Mike is concerned about getting up to Bianco 2 is, where is the spider? Pretty much we need to ride or bounce off of the spider to get up to the windmill very quickly, and so the spider's kind of random with where it will be, and so you gotta react, sometimes manipulate it to get to where you want, but that spider was very favorable, and so Mike's gotten up here in plenty of time. And yeah, pretty easy setup for windmill wall kicks there, just slides down on the side, four quick wall kicks, and he's up. So it is nice to see a spider that will set you up with that. Let's see, yeah, like I said, a spam spray will almost completely fill PD's mouth with water, and from there you just kind of ground pound him. A little bit of an auto-scroller from this boss, but you can kind of speed it up by frames by standing in just the right spot to make him turn a little bit less, and then by ground pounding at the right moment. Normally you'll see an arrow come up above the stomach, but most of us pretty much know how to ground pound it before the arrow comes up, so... And that's a pretty good Bianco 2 from Mike there. About the only time loss he might have is just not going for Shadow Mario Quick Kill, which is about 4 seconds, but not bad overall. Very good. By Shadow Mario Quick Kill, obviously if you don't know, he had to spray down Shadow Mario earlier there, and once again, a spam spray can put a lot of water in one spot, and so there is a somewhat precise setup to basically take Shadow Mario's HP to 0 instantly, and saves about 4 seconds, but you do run the risk of bonking into Shadow Mario. And if he gets away, that is kind of a pretty big time loss in Delfino Plaza. And Mike's going to approach the first secret level of the game here. It is a pretty simple one. Obviously, you don't have Flood for any sort of hover shenanigans to save yourself, but this is about as simple as it gets. You start off with a triple jump, and then you do a series of, specific but not very tight jump dives and dive rollouts, and so pretty consistent. Rick Rex took a little bit of a different path than Mike to unlock the Bianco plant here. We call that Scumbag because it is very tryhardy. Usually, if done well, saves like a half a second, but it has the tendency to just not save you any time sometimes. So, difficult trick. Now, Mike's unlocked Rico Harbor. He doesn't actually intend to go into Rico Harbor here, but he does want to unlock it because Mario Sunshine has these helpful cutscenes that will appear after you've gotten a certain number of shines. that will tell you, hey, this level's unlocked. But that's like 2 to 3 seconds every time, and so we want to eliminate this cutscene, get it out of the way, and after that we'll be basically completing as many levels as we can without annoying cutscenes. And right here, the graphics are going to get really funky because he entered Bianco when the game wanted to put him in front of Rico, and so the two cutscenes kind of collide there, and he saves the travel time over to Bianco. And he'll continue for a couple more levels in Bianco until Gelato Beach unlocks. Looks like Rick Rex got quick kill, just judging by the time that he entered the painting there. 8:17 painting entry is pretty good. Mike with the unique strat getting to the first coin there. I'm not sure if he missed his usual strat. I wasn't quite seeing, but that was pretty good as well. And do a little momentum spin off of that ramp, and kind of missed his glitchy wall kick, but it ended up just hovering him in place, which is not too bad either. Overall, very nice Bianco 4. And Rick Rex got, I think he got a pretty good spider. A little unsure maybe on his windmill wall kicks, but got him just fine in the end there. And we're going to almost see both PD fights at the same time here, kind of. The Bianco 5 PD fight is a lot longer, though. There are 744 different patterns that PD can take, and average time loss to the best RNG is about 15 seconds, so, you know, usually it's not really that bad, but there can be rare cases where you lose, like, up to a minute if PD really trolls you and goes on the highway to hell. Basically, there are certain points where PD can and can't stop for you to damage him. And so if he goes on a bunch of those spots where you can't damage him, that's, I think we call that the highway to hell. Or at least I heard Shout Plenty saying that. I think it's a great name, though, so I think we should start using it. Generally, if you see that, you're probably resetting. Yeah, like I said, most of the time we're going to see, like, 15, 20 seconds time loss. Nothing, completely run-ending. PD also has a, I believe, like 60% chance to throw a tornado and waste like 2.5 seconds for each time that you need to hit him. So, got a tornado there, which kind of happens. And sometimes when PD goes over that wall that he just went over, it can be unfortunate, but this could actually be one of the faster patterns if PD decides to run right back to the starting position. He has another place he can go to that would be pretty fast, or he could kind of go that highway to hell route, so we'll see what happens here. Mike is spraying in the direction he wants PD to go, and he goes in the opposite direction, just a couple seconds slower. So that is pretty average pattern, so good to see not terribleness there. Rick Rex rolling with his own Bianco 3 secret here. There is a little try-hard strat you can do. He probably does it sometimes, but it only saves like 2.5, or not 2.5. If it saved 2.5 seconds, we would be doing it. Like 0.3 seconds, so pretty normal stuff there. We'll see what kind of exit time Mike gets here. 16:42. That is pretty good. That's a very, it's not like exceptional Bianco exit, but it's very acceptable. Like you can definitely take runs with that. Rekkar's going to be lining up with his travel skip here, killing the Rico plant. And oh boy, we're getting 2 plant fights at once. Like I said, we're trying to eliminate event cutscenes on the plaza, and so Mike's going to head on over to Gelato, leave the rest of Bianco for later, just to eliminate any of those cutscenes that we can. And Rick Ricks gets travel skip, no problem. It's actually not very tight. It kind of can look tight sometimes, but as long as you get a water slide within half a second or so of gaining control, then you are pretty much good to go. See what kind of Bianco 4 Rick can get here. He's going to do a little tiny hover there to maintain his momentum, and then hover onto a place where he can do a spin jump from. So really cool momentum conserving strat there. That's very fun to do. Mike, unfortunately, I think he was bonking on the side of the M there. The collision is just kind of wacky there. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a stupid thing. Both of them failed the wide turn wall kick right there that you saw Rick Ricks fail. But unfortunately, Rick Ricks got the variant of failing it where you kind of fall off, so that's unfortunate. Cool momentum spin from Rick there, so not too bad overall. Mike's going to be setting up for Gelato Beach Skip, opting for the more consistent tree throw way of getting the coconut down. You can alternatively spam spray the tree and just kind of pray that it goes where you want. And unfortunately, he didn't quite get the angle set up correctly there. He might have centered the camera from the left, unfortunately, which doesn't guarantee you a perfect angle, basically. Having a little trouble getting in there. There we go. Yeah, GBS is very... I don't know, it's not the most difficult thing in the world, but a tiny little difference in your position, your speed, etc., which can happen, can throw you off a little bit, so... but if you didn't know, that is Gelato Beach Skip, and that was the 8th shine in that level, which unlocks all preceding shines. And we really only need episode 7 for each world, and so Mike's just gonna grab that and get out of there. Pretty easy Shadow Mario kill here, so we'll see that. 2 quick spam sprays, and he goes down right by the tree. I like this opening PD from Rick Rex. I say I like it as if it was in his control. It's random, obviously, but the place that Rick Rex, the place that PD moved to is the first location for the second best pattern, which is like a 1 in 16 or 32 chance. It's like much more common than other patterns. Rick Rex running himself out of water here. I don't know what he's doing. You can collect water from the Goomies, but he's just not doing it. Otherwise, Mike is making his way up onto Pianta Village, which intended to be the last level, but we don't care about intentions. We just get up there with a quick spin jump and a Y-turn to redirect our momentum. And we're going to do this stage now. Just kind of works out better for the route in general. There's a little bit of variance in terms of how you have to handle these chomplets here. They can each kind of go different paths when they reach an intersection, just due to luck. Most important one being the third one. And we'll see which one he gets here. It can be like, unfortunately, it's like 5-second time loss if you get the worst RNG at the end. But he gets the good one, so that's very nice. And didn't see how Rick Rex's pattern ended here. That's looking like a pretty good Bianco from him. Chomplet is trolling Mike here, though. It turned around when he sprayed him for some reason, and so that didn't go super well. But Rick Rex rocking a 1644, so as far as the Bianco exits go, Rick Rex would be 2 seconds behind in terms of their runs, but with a cleaner Gelato skip, Rick Rex can make up some of that time as well. And the way we lined, the way these runs are lined up, we are watching 2 auto-scrollers at once. So very cool. Piantissimo here, you know, kind of the Koopa the Quick of this race, or of this game, but he doesn't really speed up, you know, when you beat him. He just doesn't. So Mike will practice his movement, or maybe he'll troll Piantissimo a little bit, you know, give him some hope. A lot of different things you can do here. Mike kind of went for the IL strat slide there. He gets a nice little 14 there. I believe the IL, like absolute best, I think gets a 12, which is kind of absurd. Involves some kind of tricky jumps up the slope. So with that out of the way, we'll see if Rickrex can do Gelato Beach Skip with no problem. Gets decent RNG with his coconut there as far as the spam spray. I don't like the spam spray personally. I feel like a lot of the time you will have the coconut go into the water or go into really weird places. But it worked out okay for him there. I think there was a little accidental L press there, but I think his camera's still good. Yep, his camera's still good, so he can just back it up like that. It relies on you having a perfect zero angle, and so there are a number of movement options where Mario doesn't change his angle, and so even if you fall off, sometimes you can just get back up and try again with the clip. Looks like Mike's P into 3 damage boost went well there, just kind of went for the normal strat. I didn't track Mike's Gelato exit, but I'd say they both lost a little bit of time on Gelato Beach Skip, so pretty similar runs overall, though. Pianta 4 is another level with a little bit of variance here in terms of where this Chomp decides to spawn. Mike, that's a good question. I did see that your bridge water slide did fail there, and I don't think I've seen that like that. But yeah, like I said, this Chomp, we basically just want to lead it to the pool, we'll clean it off and spray it right here. But so there's a couple different patterns you can spawn in, which will give you a couple seconds of RNG difference, but it's another kind of auto-scroller with, it's not really an auto-scroller, you've got ways you can save time, but they're smaller in general. And now we have Mike's gonna be heading down here to roll with Yoshi's Skip. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. So unfortunately missed his A press there. Wanted to do a spin jump, didn't quite come out. In that case, wasn't quite high enough to ledge grab. It's kind of a toss-up depending on where you or when you start hovering, but in that case, I probably should have gone back, but it was kind of hard to tell. Fortunately, you don't have to sit through the death animation. If you're on land, you can pause and exit area, which will, save you a little time over dying. So, gets there no problem this time. We're gonna set up our clip. Didn't quite land on the right part of the wall, and so Mario got up instead of just sliding down. Ooh, he stalled for a second on that water. I thought he was about to die again. Okay. And now we'll see if the Chucksters will be kind and give him a favorable pattern at the end there. The final Chuckster can decide to stop or not stop here, and that will just determine whether or not you can get to the final platform. So yeah, no early cycle here, but it's only about 10 to 20% for most players on average anyway, so you don't generally expect to see it. Meanwhile, Rick Rex is going to be going for a pretty tough strat on Pianta 3 here, and very nicely executed. Involves 2 very tight spin jump dives, followed by a momentum spin on the mushroom. That was pretty much regarded as an IL strat, probably until like last year. And like a lot of top players have started using it in runs, I feel. But very nicely executed. And Mike's going to be going for another fun IL level here, Pianta 6. We're hoping to see, something like above a 208 or something like that. Obviously, the timer's counting down, and so a higher number is better. First unlock looks like a good angle. Unlock these Piantas for later. Water kind of trolled him there. So I had to spray a little longer, but that is okay. That 4th Pianta he just unlocked can be very trolly, whether she wants to come out of the goop or not, so just kind of gotta spam spray her a lot and pray that the game is on your side. Couple kind of difficult unlocks here. There's a lot of different strats for dealing with those last 2 Piantas, as far as whether you want to go for trying to do a frame perfect grounded spam spray and not backflip, or if you want to backflip and do a ground pound, all sorts of different things, and they're all pretty tough, and so pretty good level from Mike there. And got a little bit trolled by unlocks a little bit, but not too bad. You can see Rick Rex approaching his Yoshi skip here. Jump does not get eaten, fortunately. Let's see if he can line up the clip just fine here. And that looks good. Very clean clip there. And without taking a death on the entry, Rick Rex could really pull ahead, in terms of the race between the racers. Not in terms of the relay as a whole, but he could especially save some time if we get early cycle here. So let's see. And no, just regular here from Rick Rex, so no one is lucky today. Can I just say, though, when players are taking the yellow Pianta and flying all the way over here, why does no one move their camera? I think we just saw both of them do this, where they just kind of left the camera where it was, and you can't see the chuckster at the end. You can't tell if you're getting early cycle until like the last moment. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why people do that. You give yourself so much more information if you just zoom the camera out. Ooh. Yeah, so you're on a mic, setting up for Honey Skip there, where you want to die as you enter the cutscene. Looks like he would have been a little bit too far to the left, or perhaps too far forward. And so hits the cutscene trigger before he dies, and so kind of have to sit through that cutscene.
That is Peanut Island. The villain's secret hideout must be there.
Not the end of the world. It is probably preferred to the alternative where you die and don't enter the cutscene, which basically means you have to try Honey Skip again, which gives you another chance to fail it, so that would suck as well. See what kind of Pianta 6 Rick Rex can get here, but Mike's going to be going into his mecha fight here. It is a simple fight, but not an easy fight, I'd say. 2 cutscene skips will be employed by exiting area at certain times. Just the game just kind of plops you into the next scenario instead of actually exiting area. And Rick Rex with a very clean Pianta 6 up until the end. A little trouble there, but still very nice time. Could have easily been a 215 if the 7th Pianta had played a little nicer. We'll see how rockets go for Mike. Basically line up first shot with a certain part of Bowser's flames, and we try and grab that second rocket, which he had no problems with. Third rocket can be tricky, avoiding those wooden planks. Like, the wooden planks look small, but they have a tendency to eat your rockets. And I think the third rocket unfortunately missed as well. I didn't see what happened, but yeah. Like I said, simple, but not easy at all. Can definitely get trolled by the rockets. Yeah, second cutscene skip. This level is like almost 7 minutes if you don't do any cutscene skips, I feel like. It's quite bad. Rick Rex with a nice Shadow Mario kill here. Oh, I should have checked Mike's Pianta exit for comparison. This is a pretty good Pianta exit from Rick Rex, 2920. That is not bad for a non-early cycle run there. We'll see if Rick Rex can successfully roll with Honey Skip 2, or instead, rather. Kind of lines up Mario's Shadow, looking for a certain kind of distance on the texture. That looks good. He has died, and you kind of have to wait and see if he actually got the cutscene. Oh, and he did not. I spoke too soon. That really looked good to me, but yeah, we have both variants of failing Cunny Skip on display here. He's gonna go for it again. He kind of has to, unless he just didn't feel like going for it a second time. He's a little far forward there. Hopefully he compensates. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Okay, that was good. He was probably not as far forward as I thought, so gets it on second try. I didn't talk about Pinna 2 because Pinna 2 is pretty straightforward, but you skip fighting the mole just by kind of abusing the fact that he doesn't have a hitbox during certain animations and just jump in the cannon, and then the secret stage is very similar to Bianco 3. It's pretty straightforward. Not similar in terms of what movement you do, but similar in that there's very little variation to it. Mike's going into one of these spookier stages, Pinna 3. A lot of chances to fall and lose time here, so see how he does here. Does the boat hop strat to get to the second boat. That's probably one of the harder parts. Looking good. And momentum spin off of that boat, very nice. And we hope to see him, yeah. He probably doesn't even really go for it. You can kind of grab that coin without landing on, or without grabbing the cage, but it's pretty tricky to get the right spot for it. A very nice Pinna 3. I think Rick Rex hit 4 out of 4 rockets on Pinna 1 there. That looked good to me. Obviously his stream's cutting out now, but I assume he got the cutscene skip. It's not hard, so. Yeah, there is a little harder Pinna 3 strat you can do that saves like 5-6 seconds, something like that. I'm not sure if Rick Rex goes for that just yet. He probably does. But we'll have to see in a little bit here. Mike would be doing pin of 4. I think he is, but stream's cutting out a little bit. We'd like to see a 1 cycle here with just the Koopas cooperating and none of them having to be dispatched after the initial round of cutscenes. That's looking like a good setup. Oh, missed the... Not quite in the right position for that ground pound there. You have to get both of them with your ground pound if you're doing this setup, and so just a little bit off with the positioning. 2 cycles only about 10 seconds slower, though. You pretty much, with pin of 4, you just kind of gotta accept that you're gonna get 2 cycles sometimes. It's just a dumb level. There's things that are out of your control and just... it's generally pretty janky. We're gonna get 2 levels at the same time where they're actually both selecting episode 3 because Mike has unlocked Yoshi, and so that enables him to basically do pin of 6 early. And excuse me, episode 3 is the best place to do that in. But I am really curious about Rick Rex's pin of 3 here. He is going for the Tash strat. Looking good. This route is very tight as far as the opening movement you need to do, but it is very nice when you actually get it. Missed the red coin there, but that's not too bad. And let's see. Didn't see exactly what happened with Mike, but I'm guessing he had to use Papaya to unlock Yoshi, and so had to run back and get that, but this isn't looking too bad here. He's got his 2 stews. He is purple. Unfortunately, both of them stopped there. It can be really tricky to get just one of them to stop at times. Oh, he lost his stew. Yeah, that looked a little off to me. Yeah, basically, if you saw the stew actually went out of bounds there, which can happen if the stews just decide to, or just during certain setups they can. But basically, if a stew goes out of bounds, it will poof and just disappear, and so that's unfortunate, but should just be able to set up with a second pair of stews here, no problem. Whew. Had to spray that one pretty quickly, but got it just fine there. Yeah, early Yoshi go-around can be quite tricky. Rick Rex pulling off a pretty fast 1 cycle there in pin of 4. Very nice. And Mike enters the pin of 6 secret loading zone in episode 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure lots of people have seen that. I don't need to explain it too much. Secret stage has a lot of tricky movement as well. Going over the top right there. A little bit tight spin jump dive, and he's through. That last spin jump dive at the end can be a little bit nerve-wracking at times. It's not technically a difficult jump, but it is one where if you fail it, you just die, so. Well, we're finally through the worst parts of Pinna. Pinna can be very punishing in terms of the time losses, obviously, like what happened with the stews there, but Mike is almost out of there. Shadow Mario is pretty simple, and so see what Rick Rex is able to do with EYG here. Gets banana, which is a very nice fruit to have. One of the quicker ones. And gets a pretty nice papaya setup there, but the papaya kind of runs away on him a little bit. But this should be largely good. Stews are ignoring him. Uh-oh. Oh, these stews are being jerks. But he should be able to manipulate them just fine here. Gonna want one of them to stop a little early usually, or not. Oh, he just does it in the reverse order. Okay, that was fast. Okay, very nice from Ricrex. Meanwhile, Mike's going to be moving on to Rico Harbor. I assume Shadow Mario went well. It's usually not too tough. Yeah, we'll see if Ricrex goes for over the top middle here. It's a difficult Y-turn strat. It's kind of weird. Looks like he's lined up for it. Oh, never mind. That was good position for it, but I respect not going for it. It's a little risky for a race, I'd say. And for a 2-second time save, it's probably not worth it in a race for most people. And yeah, Ricrex is out of the worst parts of Pinna as well. Yeah, both of them lost a lot of time on Pinna 1. Pinna 3 was similar, I think. Pretty similar level. And then EYG didn't go so well for Mike, but overall not too bad for both. Rico Harbor is going to be kind of a refresher after Pinna. It is much more just movement based, and there's not really any crazy tricks. It's just kind of moving Mario well, so it'll be fun to see what strats they go for and how well they're able to execute. I like how we have 2 input displays for them. Input displays are super fun to watch. I didn't actually notice until now they were both running input display. I should notice they were both mashing A for their cutscenes. So Mike's gonna go for his blooperless entry here. White turns in just fine. The blooperless race itself has a lot more variance in terms of strats and, you know, how fast it is. It's a little bit unfortunate. It wasn't quite able to get the glitchy wall kick he was going for, but yeah, kind of happens. He hit an invisible checkpoint there, and just has to hit one more, and the race should be finished. Well, one more invisible checkpoint, then get to the end, obviously. Good race, just a little trouble getting the race started. Mike lines up a nice Beyblade there. Just gonna spin jump his way in. Very clean. Oh, spoke too soon. That's not too bad though. That's another level where falling really sucks. You lose like 20 seconds usually if you fall into the water. Depending on how fast the crane decides to move at the start of the level, you can kind of go for a couple different strats on the crane, but you know, pretty much what Mike did there, you can do every time, and it's very consistent. Ricrex getting trolled by a backflip in the sewer there. If you backflip in the sewer, you don't get any of the height that you're wanting from that that sewer jump. Mike didn't quite get the speed from his Beyblade, but is able to back it up with the normal strat just fine. And we're hoping for nothing crazy to happen during Rika 4 Secret. This level can be really stressful. It's not technically that difficult, but you're basically just trying to do a bunch of dives, jump dives, and rollouts just as efficiently as possible. And so if you're trying to be too frame perfect, sometimes you can just miss, and it's just not pretty once you get off your timing. That's pretty good for Mike. Ooh, Rickrex unfortunately not getting his jump there. Wanted a jump dive, but didn't quite get it. Rickrex rolling for the IL strat there I was talking about earlier. If the crane's in the perfect position, you can do a little double jump if you pump hover correctly. That's really tough, so very nice. Ooh, Mike unfortunately grabbed the blooper a little too soon there. Had to... Basically, you really only need to spray it twice. It kind of looks like you're, like, spraying it off and, like, constantly getting spray off, but really, basically, you spray it once, and, like, half the goop disappears. You spray it a second time, and the rest of it disappears, and so, like, oh, it's super weird. But, like, you notice it became clean right after he stopped spraying it, and then, or no, right after he, like, grabbed it. If that makes any sense. Even though he didn't spray it again, it became clean later. Bit of a flub on the Beyblade entry from Rickrex. Just kind of looked like he didn't get the wall jump there, unfortunately. That backup's kind of annoying, so... Or not the backup's annoying, but it is annoying to have to use the backup. Yeah, and like I was saying, it looks like Rickrex is kind of off of his rhythm for Rika 4 here. Pretty much, if you do everything you know to do perfectly, then Rika 4 is not hard. But if you start missing your inputs a little bit, then you never quite know what cycle you're on at certain times. So just kind of has to play it safe and improvise. Also wanted the 1-up for obvious safety reasons for the race, as he was on 1 life. Speaking of scary levels, we're rolling through Rico 6 here. Again, this isn't too difficult, but it's kind of scary. Mike takes a route with his 6th coin there that makes it pretty tricky to grab the 7th coin. It's definitely fast compared to like what I do. For example, I kind of go a long way around to make both the 6th and 7th coins easier, but glad he was able to get that 7th coin. And showing off that you can, in fact, dismount from the blooper if you jump on the umbrella. Nice Rico 5 strat from... Oh, I spoke too soon. The opening movement for Rico 5 there, where you kind of go off of the ramp and do a double jump. It's fast, but quite tricky. And then the second hard part of that strat is you've got a lot of speed, but you need to jump on top of the smokestacks. And if you've got too much speed, you will wall slide on those smokestacks, or you'll bonk like you saw him bonk there. So very tough strat. Rico 7 Shadowmire is the easiest one in the game. You just kind of walk into him. Very nice. And a high 51 exit for Rico there for Urinal Mike. We'll see if Rickrex... I'm pretty sure Rickrex is ahead of Mike's run, but I'm not sure how much at this point. Yeah, Rico 4 and 5 didn't go amazingly for Rickrex, so Mike might have saved a little time. I feel like I'm saying this about every level, but once again, we've got a scary level in Bianco 6. There's like 6 different strats you can do to skip the cube that's in the first part of the secret, so curious which one he goes for. Ooh, Rickrex. Unfortunately missed that coin. That can just happen. Nice for Mike. Yeah, there's a couple different ways to do that variant, but basically if you line up your camera beforehand, do a spin jump, you'll be at just the right angle to get a bunch of distance across the gap, but also get a wall slide so you can wall jump. So I like that strat a lot. It's not the one I personally go for, but I like it. Alright, Mike getting kind of the better version of the blue cycle at the top there. Or, well, maybe not better, but sometimes you'll see people get there on that timing and they'll just kind of wait. But he was there early enough, he was able to just kind of go to the red block and just keep moving. So, clean Bianco 6, very nice. And it looks like Rickrex will be rolling with a high 49, so his run is about 2 minutes ahead of Mike's in terms of their run, which, if we're looking at the relay as a whole, that about closes the gap between the teams to about 2 minutes, considering there was a 4-minute lead for SM64. Bit of rough math on that, but that seems to be where we're standing. Okay, didn't see Mike's Bianco 7 Shadow Mario, but that's pretty simple as well. Working on unlocking Serena here. Sometimes Shadow Mario can troll you a lot, so that seems to have gone well. And he's up in there, very nice. You can lose a lot of time just to Serena entry for little things, so sometimes you'll get a great Manta and you'll be like, wow, I lost a lot of time. Ooh, Mike finds the infinite wall slide spot there, unfortunately. Rickrex doing basically the same end goal that Mike had for Cube Skip, but a faster way to achieve it where you dive, roll out, and Y-turn. Like I said, there's like 6 different strats for that. My personal one is just to jump and spin jump Y-turn, which cuts out the dive, roll out. But he should be in shape for a fast cycle here. Gets that glitchy wall kick dive, and he is over. And on the other screen, we're seeing Mike go for Hutless. And it looks like the Mantas are behaving thus far. One of the pitfalls of Hutless Manta is sometimes the Mantas can just split in a really unfortunate way, and one of them will just 180 all the way away from Mario. That didn't happen, although it seems like some of these Mantas are escaping him. Okay, we're into the pink phase. I'd say that's not too bad. Just kind of depends on how efficiently he's able to hunt down the rest of the pink ones here. It is a very different skill set to be good at Manta, I'd say. Like, even if you get, good RNG, you get a good split, different players will be able to do the cleanup phase at different speeds. And I don't even know how to tell you what is good or bad. You'll just see that some players will be able to hunt him down, and some players will take a little longer. See, I can't read the timer on Mike's screen, but that seemed like a pretty good Manta. Rickrex gets Shadow Mario no trouble. The banana behaves and falls out of the tree, so he's in there no problem as well. And I think Rickrex goes for Heartless Manta as well, so we'll see if the Mantas treat him as nicely. Mike is going into Serena 2, though, which is a pretty interesting secret level. Quite tough and easy to die on in numerous places. The Mantas did split in a very nice way for Rickrex here. Mike gets a nice setup for his spin jump there. A little low on that, but that seemed fine. That looked like a decent Manta split from Rickrex. It's hard to watch both of these at once. Mike's onto the infamous cube. Going to be setting off for his momentum spin here, most likely. Very nice. I didn't want to say anything because he wasn't quite... Oh no. Okay. That little stew tried its best. But we're good. And it looks like Rickrex got a pretty average Manta. Ending the fight at 215 is, you'll get a 240 something segment, which, is not too bad. Yeah, I was a little worried about that stew at the end, but fortunately it wasn't a jumping bonk or a jumping, damage. If you're just standing there, like, you won't bonk as far, and so that probably helped a little bit. And Mike's gearing up for his banana clip here for Serena 3. Oh, went super high. Didn't get the wall jump flyer. Good entrance from Rickrex there. And again, Serena 2 is pretty scary, so I hope he's able to get through just fine. The side flips necessary to break those bricks are often tricky to get. It's kind of a no side flip zone. The game just doesn't like to give you side flips when you're really trying to get them. Looks like Rickrex is lined up well. There's a momentum spin, and looks like we're over. Very nice. No scares with the stew, thankfully. Mike's doing his Serena, casino skip, rather. And makes it in the pipe, hole in one. Mike opts for the non-butt slide variant there. Butt slide is kind of spooky, so I like not going for it. Oh, but does go for the momentum spin at the end there, the delayed momentum spin. It's very tricky to get your control stick to move in the proper way where you don't cause Mario to do a turnaround, but you also still get the spin jump. So very nice. Rickrex with a nice Serena 3 as well there. and we're going to be going into King Boo Zone. I recently learned the various odds associated with this fight. So for a fight with no extra cycles, there's a 34% chance of that happening. And I think there's somewhere around a 60% chance that you'll get basically one extra cycle or better. And so you're generally favored to not lose a bunch of time in this fight. Though, 8 seconds for each extra, it's not impossible, obviously, to see like 4 or 5 extras. Very uncommon, but yeah, you're basically, when you can get a fruit cycle, you are 70% likely to get it, and so the game is playing in your favor, no matter how it looks sometimes. Mike gets fruit for the first one. That is good. We'll see if the peppers are nice. That's a nice pepper. Peppers can fly all sorts of positions here, and you can honestly, with some peppers, you can lose more time than an extra cycle costs. Rickrex opting out of butt slide as well. I am very proud. He probably goes for butt slide all the time, but I respect it. Oh no! His buffered spin jump did not quite work out there. Probably just a little too soon, or maybe didn't quite get the perfect buffer. But that's another fruit cycle there from King Boo. He's got to wait out one more mandatory non-fruit here. And I'll see if Rickrex can get this ending just fine here. Probably going to wait a little longer. And oh my goodness, that was tight again. Okay. He makes it though. And was that no extras? I believe that was no extras for Mike there. Very nice, King Boo. Didn't seem to have much trouble with the fruit either, so that's very fortunate. We're going to see the oh-so-fun beach cleanup on the Japanese version for Mike here. This just kind of sucks on Japanese. You have to clean most of the goop. Some of it's invisible. You saw some of it there. That little piece didn't clean. You can see electric parts come up where the invisible goop is. It just kind of sucks. Yeah. That, and you've got to deal with a bit of randomness as far as where your spam sprays go, and so that can be unfortunate. Looks like Rickrex has gotten one extra cycle to start, so Mike's probably happy about that. Oh, something weird's happening in Rickrex's fight here. I thought that was a fruit cycle. I honestly wasn't watching close enough to see what happened. Maybe he accidentally canceled a cycle too early and now has to kind of fix it. That's kind of what I'm leaning on what happened. Because basically if you try to cancel one of King Boo's cycles too early, the next slots that he'll ring, or spin rather, will just give you completely random results. That 70-30 odds for, non-early set or fruit earlier, that just goes out the window. And it's a 1 in 64 chance if you actually get fruit. But I don't think he did it intentionally. Looks like his fight's back on track here, though. Hopefully it doesn't get trolled too much further, though. It's his second or third fruit cycle? I'm really not sure. Oh no, Mike takes a bad bonk there. If Shadow Mario bonks you backwards, you are sitting down for a while. Mario just Mario takes a break. Yeah, Rick Rex has been really unfortunately trolled by King Boo here. A little bit of misplay and a little bit of bad luck. I actually unironically had to practice this fight at one point because I was messing it up a lot. It is kind of a thing. Kind of sucks. Okay, last fruit cycle, Rick Rex is getting out of there. Looks like about a minute time loss, though. That is, yeah, not what you want to see. Mike is in the other good world. Noki, a lot of fun levels in here. Didn't see how his start went, so I'm not sure which cycle he arrived at the top at. Might have been in time for second cycle, it looks like. Second cycle only losing 3 seconds, that's nice. Doing the first cycle requires a lot of tricky jumps, and you have to really be tight on your movement, so... Second cycle is pretty fine, I'd say. See if maybe Rick Rex can make up a little time on his Serena 6. I think Mike got a 210, which is, you know, that's Japanese version, but you can do a little better on JP. Isn't looking too bad. He could be done in a few seconds here. Meanwhile, Mike's going to be doing Noki 2. Very fun movement level. Skipping the third intended blooper fight in the run. Or in the game, rather. Going to clip through here. Interesting angle setup, but that works just fine. And wasn't able to see what time Rick Rex got in Serena 6, unfortunately. I'm doing a bad time at tracking when they're exiting levels. I should know how close or not close they are. If I had to guess, I'd say Rick Rex is somewhere in the range of a minute ahead, maybe a little less, just because of King Boo. I mean, we pretty much saw perfect King Boo from Mike, and just about worst case from Rick Rex there. Mike's going in the Noki bottle. Fun little level, not really too offensive. There's some little places you can lose time, and yeah. It's just kind of there. Okay. Looks like Rick Rex is about a minute ahead, so kind of what I thought. Yeah, Rick Rex's death on Serena 4 plus King Boo definitely set him back a little bit. From an otherwise commanding lead. Rick Rex is going for that first cycle Noki 1. I was going to say it's looking good, but didn't get the water slide there, so lost a little bit too much time to make that cycle. Oh, there's some interesting physics from Mario there on Mike's screen. And this is the last, like, really obtuse level that you have to do in any percent. I guess Corona can be a little bit obtuse, but it's mostly movement based. Hopefully we see like a 5-tooth out of Mike here. 5-tooth cutscene skip would be real nice. Or 6-tooth. He could go for 6-tooth. I actually don't know. I never know like which players are actually good at eel or not, so I really have no idea. Wasn't trying to be derogative or anything. I don't know what I'm saying. But that's a good 5-tooth there. Seventh tooth is done, and let's see how he lines up this cutscene skip. And he's able to clean it just fine. Very nice. It looked a little close. I think the tooth was kind of close to becoming invulnerable there, but he was able to get it. Nice eel. Losing cutscene skip can cost like 13 seconds. You know, if you get eaten by the eel, that's quite a bit of time. You basically have to reset up your manipulation for the eel again, and yeah, all sorts of bad stuff can happen. And on Mike's side, we get the last auto scroll of the run, little breather. Potentially a breather, or, you know, if you're on PB pace, it's just the level where you sit there and you stress out because you have to do Noki 6 next. But this is by far, I think, the slowest Piantissimo race, so like, you can do whatever the heck you want, really. I guess we can kind of talk about our position in the relay race here. Obviously, Team Ganon is looking pretty good. If that 1 minute lead stays the same for Team Ganon, in terms of you know, Rick Rex's run here, then they would be about they'd be about 3 minutes behind, I think. Yeah, if Rick Rex finished 1 minute faster than Mike, that would mean they'd be about 3 minutes behind, and so I think Ganon's PB would be about 5 minutes faster than the other competitor. I forget the other SMO runner, I apologize. And so, not like a guaranteed win for Team Ganon, but a comfortable position, I'd imagine. Anything can happen, though. Like I said, that 1 minute lead could change to anything here. Mike with some nice ropes movement up to Noki 6. See how he does in the secret. Meanwhile, Rick is cleaning up the eel. See how fast this goes. Oh, I want to watch both so bad. Nice restraint from Mike there, not diving instantly. He knew his spin jump was not quite enough, and so he just opted to wait on that. And gets a nice blue cycle. Very nice. Blue cycle platform skip. Nice. Good stuff. Very clinical Noki 6, I'd say. And was that a 6-tooth cutscene skip from Rick? Think it was. Might have been 5-tooth. Just looking at the timer. No, that would have had to been 6-tooth. Unless he had like a really good entry, then that's probably 6-tooth. But yeah, good stuff for Mike. That was a really nice Noki 6. It's so easy to fall off the ropes or just die in a million different ways in Noki 6, so... Alright, Mike, let's see. Looks like his run could finish with a low 120 here. If he plays well, be in the like 120-20 range, kind of. Should be a pretty good run. I'll see Mike probably... Oh, Mike's going for Fast Corona. Never mind. Ah, doesn't get the water. Props for going for Fast Corona, though. Just didn't quite get enough water there to slide. Has to wait a little bit at the end here, but that is pretty much just fine. I see a fast boat here. Course is looking good. Pretty tricky to do the little micro adjustments to get that boat fast and, you know, not die. So very nice. Quick rocket storage, and he is up. Very nice. Hoping for the Bowser fight to not troll him. Over on Rick Rex's side, the ropes did troll him a little bit. If you get hit when you're on the ropes, and it's honestly, like, I don't even fully understand how it happens, but you can fall off the ropes in a number of ways. Able to save that one with a ground pound. It's not too bad. Oh my. Just unfortunate ropes there. Mike's into the Bowser fight, though. We're hoping for no goop shenanigans here. Oh no, Rick Rex clips through. That was just a hair too early for Blue Cycle and clips through the block. Mario Sunshine is a great game. Mike's on the last platform here, and it's a 120-44. Very nice, GG to Mike. Let's see. We're getting started with SMO. I'm going to try to get... let's see. I failed to send our SMO commentator the Discord invite because I am silly. So... I'm going to get that to him here. And I didn't see how Rick Rex's Noki 6 went, but it looks like he was able to finish up all right. And welcome Zeke, our SML commentator.
Hello. So,
how's it going?
It's going pretty well. How have you been?
It's been good. Had some fun runs here. SM64 got a really big lead for Team P, which is Alepht's team, yeah? But Rick Rex kind of clawed it back a little bit. We'll see how his run ends, obviously, but actually the runs have been pretty close in Mario Sunshine here.
Oh. And Sega seems to be playing on inverted colors.
That's very interesting. Is that, you know, does that mess with your visual cues, or like...
It should. You have some very strange visual cues if you can play well on this.
Well, alrighty. Now, my teammate Dr. KT had the the weird chroma key, but this is I'd say a step further.
Yeah, so Team Ganon definitely has an advantage in SMO. Ganon has about 5 minutes of PB that's like 5 minutes better than Saito does. Although I'm not quite sure.
I think that was right from what I looked at. I believe Sato's PB is 104.39, and Ganon has a 59.
Yeah,
45.
59. That is definitely. I don't think that's a capture issue.
No,
there's
that's
a setting in the
setting on the Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
So he is definitely doing it to troll everyone, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't actually chroma key. That's just something you can do. Rick Rex gets through Corona, no problem there. Not the fast variant, but second fastest, so that's good. Speedboat's looking fine. All right. So yeah, this run could be a little faster than Mike's, but yeah, pretty close, pretty darn close. SMS race, and so most of the lead that Adelph, am I saying that right? Aleph. Most of the lead that Aleph got in SM64 has actually been retained, thanks to a good run from Mike. So actually, this is pretty close, honestly. Like,
It should be, especially after SMO.
yeah. Hopefully nothing crazy happens with the Bowser fight for Rick Rex here. Just gotta get 2 more ground pounds here. Goop could strike at any moment, so hopefully nothing. And there's the last ground pound. 120.21. So yeah, about 20 seconds faster than Mike's run. So a little bit of time saved, but yeah, very good for Mike to keep it very close. Mike was a little less PB, or a little slower PB, so was kind of the underdog, but put up a very good run as well. So GG to both.
Yep, GG to the SMS runners. And good luck to Ganon.
Yeah, hopefully Ganon's starting. I don't know that Rick actually sent the message in the Discord, so hopefully Ganon will start.
I'll check Ganon's ult, see if the... Oh, there we go.
Have they started?
They have started, but yeah, their game is frozen.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's good. All right. I know nothing about SMO, so I would mostly just be talking out of my butt. So I will leave you with SMO if that's all right.
All right. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, GG to Racers. Have a fun time.
Okay, now that we have audio for Sato, it is not sounding good. Oh, okay, it's better now. Seems like normal audio. But Ganon, thankfully playing on normal colors. So we do see about a 4-minute difference in the run so far. Like, Team P was doing 4 minutes better in SM64 and SMS, but considering Ganon's just higher sheer skill cap, as well as I think Sato's not a little out of practice, if I'm not. If I'm thinking correctly. They've been doing world peace instead of any percent, I think. Plus the inverted colors, which means we could see an upset and a win from Team Ganon. Or I guess it wouldn't be an upset, but a comeback. So Ganon heading into Cascade and Sato into Sand. Hopefully Sato made DSTA. He didn't have the best CCS, but it should still be okay. Oh, yeah, that was like a 30-second pause. Alright, well, Sato having a little bit of trouble grabbing this Sea to Moon. Ganon DSS? Yes. Looks very good. Awesome. But with the bonk on the ribs, that's okay. Sato will be heading up to Drem. I don't know if he goes for it. Bit of trouble with the Dune Moon. That's okay. And understandable given the visual. Does look like Sato will be going for Dram. That's understandable for their level. I know I do at 104. But with the bonk, with the pretty high bonk, and another one, Sato will be missing Dram and losing quite a bit of time. I've not paid attention to Ganon's run so far. Weird bullet bill movement. Very weird bullet bill movement. That's a good question, Eureka. Oh. Okay. Something happened to Sato's audio. Unless there's something just wrong with my... Oh, okay, there's, I think, just something wrong with my Discord audio. But... has some very strange movement for missing Dram, as well as inverted colors. But Ganon finishing off Cascade, and they will be heading into Sand. What? That is a completely different Jaxi skip from what I have seen from most people. I have never really watched any of Sato's runs, but they seem different. Okay, well, Ganon going in, not doing reverse town, as it's definitely not something that would be worthwhile yet at their level. Mostly reserved for people going for 57, which Ganon definitely is not yet. Yep, Ganon making DSTA. Because of the no DSS miss. That's very, very good to see. Sato really freezing quite a bit. Okay, well, Gamon's heading up to Archway Moon and then Dram. You're a fairly consistent player. That's who hopefully should not be messing up Dram. Unless, the commentator's curse strikes. Now that looks good so far. A bit of a low up throw from what I normally see for Dram, but it looks good, yeah. And setting up for 1 bill. I can't even tell where Sega is. Oh, Wooded. Okay. Seems to go to Wooded first. But I could not tell whatsoever from that. Alright, oh, Zato, this not clip, I did not notice that over all of the colors. And I don't know how anything went for Ganon. I was very much not paying attention to gameplay. Zato has to do the backup Goryu route. Essentially, if you miss Nut Clip, you can do this jump on a wall to go back and get the Tall Fence Moon anyway. I believe that's a 10-1x for Ganon? Yeah, 10-11. Zato tried the vault but did not work. We will not see a semblance of how far ahead or behind people are until after Ganon finishes Lake and Zato finishes Wooded. Messing up dead end movement. If you space out your triple jump or hold down your jump buttons for too long, you'll miss that triple jump, and that loses a little bit of time. And a pretty fast nut break. And of course, Zato being forced to go for no tree route, and will definitely be going for pipes anyway. I actually don't think Zato has implemented tree route normally, so I don't know. Fade to whites. Oh no! Oh! Ganon falling down, but knows how to back it up and not have to climb back up. Okay, Ganon gearing up for late clip, not the best clip, and getting a fake. This is not going well. That doesn't look fake. Good. So Zato doing pipes or spear, depending on what he likes to go for. Okay, yeah, spear. That's definitely the much more safe option, and saves or loses 3 to 5 depending on how well you do pipes. Okay. Sato killing Spirit. Okay, well, Ganon heading up to the end of lake. There we go. A 16 or 17, 18 wooded exit. Well, quote unquote wooded exit. And Sato's definitely still ahead, unless he somehow is worse at lake than Ganon's wooded. That seems unlikely. Both in mashing segments. Not exactly the most interesting parts of Odyssey. I doubt we'll see Sato go for Lake Clip. That's definitely something you implement more in the 102 range. Okay, yep. Looks terrible. Sato in LLL, definitely. Everyone's favorite part of LLL, the swimming. Ooh, some very fast nut boys from Ganon. And going up to Nutclip. If Ganon gets this, they will save, like, 20 to 25 on Sato's run. Not exactly. Oh, the first frame. If you jump on your first frame after doing a cap bounce in SMO, after hitting the ground from a cap bounce, you won't get it back. That's what Ganon did. Ground pound, or not ground pound, wall jump. Heading up to Ram. Always an annoying part of the run. Okay. I didn't quite catch the exit from Sato. It looks like a 21x. Okay, Sato heading into the cloud fight as Ganon is in tower. Did not see most of Ganon's run. I'm a terrible commentator and I don't pay enough attention. Okay, Sato nailing fast attacks. They're definitely a nice time save and they aren't that difficult. That was quite a sketchy angle, but it worked. It's definitely looking like an 18-2x or 3x exit for Ganon, which is already almost 2 minutes saved. Instead of going very safe on Meme Tree, that's definitely understandable. It's a trick you don't want to mess up in races. Okay. Very sketchy butterfly did not, not nice. Lost Kingdom's too bright. I'm sure Night Metro will be as well. Okay, yeah, going very safe on Tree also. Okay, electing not to take damage and instead taking a lot of damage. Oh no! Not like this. Ganon taking, missing the first fast stat, instead of dying to a moon. Okay, he knows how to back it up without having to go all the way around. It's good to see. Yeah, not diving. That's definitely a, good. And 17 or 16 exit again. Oh wow! Zato missing the God, I can't think of what it's called now. Missing the jump after peeking out on the bridge, but getting the frame perfect warp. I'm going for some interesting butterfly strats that I have not seen from anyone. Looks like Ganon's loss is going good enough. Zeta's Night Metro is white. So we definitely see Zeta going for some more race level strats, like just going very safe in both Night Metro and Boss. Heading up to City Hall. Oh no. Oh, that was... yeah, that maybe isn't the best way of backing that up. That cycle. It's definitely good to learn the backup for City Hall, as having to miss a couple of cycles will lose us quite a bit of time. Ganon butterfly strats are iconic. Yeah. Apparently. Okay, it's like looks good. And not even going the full. Say there's something like a minute behind my 104.18. Minute and a half. So if Sato plays well, this could high 105 or 106. Oh no! Oh! Sato's 3 cycling. That's bad. We could see Ganon catching up much sooner. This is not. No, Desmond is not still commentating. It's just he was the only one that was signed up to commentate, so I'm not on the layout. Okay. Yeah, Ganon playing surprisingly well. Not too many big mistakes. Apart from that lake, which wasn't the best. Okay, weird pattern for Ganon, but that should still be good. Okay. Wiggler death from Ganon. That is not good in the slightest. Okay. God. Sato going up to bench runs. Oh. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Ganon finally finishing out Night Metro after that. Death.
Okay. Yay!
Okay. Ganon getting dragged by a scoop clip, that's very good. It's a nice little time save to having set up scoop clip. A couple of wall slides from Sato. Ganon missing the jam. Neither run are playing all too well. At the moment. Of course, in Night Metro specifically. Okay. So, Sato went for the musician's route, whereas Ganon went for the slightly faster bullet building. Perfect, of course, for both of their skill levels. Definitely. I know Ganon will definitely be going for Snowdram. I'm not sure about Sato. He's been taking things much safer. And considering his skill level, he might not want to do Snowdram in a race. Okay, so 3341 exit. That was a bit sketchy, the die off of it. But Ganon knows what they're doing. Okay, doing the beginning of Snow. A little strange, but that only lasts a second or two. And then with a maybe a 3115 exit. I think that's about 2 minutes faster than Sato's. So they will definitely need to make up some more, like a lot more time than they already have. So Team Ganon getting a win is definitely less of a guarantee after the Wiggler death. Of course, it wasn't a guarantee beforehand, but it was definitely looking more likely. It seems as if Sato's not going for... Oh no, he is going for Snowdram. I messed up with the moon counts. Okay. So they're heading into Goomba Room. This is, not a place the code's wrong too often, but it's definitely difficult. Hey, and I think getting Snow Clip. I can never tell. Oh, going into the wrong hallway. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Losing quite a bit of time from that Snow Clip. Sadly. And Snowdrone time. Or whatever bless emotes you have in the chat. Okay, that looks so good. Yeah. And it's time for Seaside. I cannot fathom how bright this game is going to be. And we have a luncheon, which is going to be very blue. Or green? I don't remember. Oh, luncheon is going to be green, yeah. Oh, wait. No, Seaside's not going to be bright. Seaside's normally bright, so it's going to be, yeah, kind of dark blue and red. Okay, let's see how Snowdrone goes for Ganon. Oh. Oh my, what the hell? Setup list with, MCCT, or HCT. That's a way to do rainbow spins that gets you a bit more height. Or is just a bit better than normally, but it's slower. Okay. Now it's time for red. Orange. Oh, we've got a Portuguese Super Metroid tourney if anyone wants. Although it seems unlikely anyone here would rather watch a Portuguese in Super Metroid tourney. Okay, well, Gelato heading into luncheon. Up throwing. 4202. That's it. Which is, yeah, a minute and a half behind my PB, so again, if he plays well, a high 105. Hey then, green and blue luncheon. Fun. Some interesting movement up to that. Yeah, so a 39-11, I think. That's... Ganon just gained 3 minutes on Sato, but is... still behind. Still a little over a minute behind. We'll have to make up that time. Getting the bounce after... Yeah, that's definitely an annoying section of movement if you have a tendency to get stuck under the, like, platform the door is under. That looks like a camera angle that would be going to slots and Spiritless, but... State of diving in the wrong direction, not getting back up there. A little bit of a mistake in the mag room. Oh no! That was very strange. He is missing the cycle, but knows how to back it up. So that's only a small time loss compared to what would have happened if you had normally misspin it. Not going for Predator jumps. Or at least not going for one of them. That's definitely not something that Sato should still be doing. recapturing the pen, bro. Because the cheese area is terrible. Ooh. A nice side flip from Ganon. Looking very good. Looks like a weird vault angle, but it should be okay. Yeah. It's about as extreme as a vault here can get without losing it. That's good. Okay, and Sada finishing up with a very high 48 exit of luncheon. Okay, 48.53. That was a 6:52 luncheon, I want to say. Around a 6:52, but it did not feel like that. It does not look like that. It looked like a 7:0x. Whereas Ganon had like a 6:20 luncheon. Definitely lessening the gap further. Yes. Burpless. Still about a minute difference. So unless Sato makes some bigger mistakes, it's not looking too good for Team Ganon. Ganon on the first phase. They're about a phase apart of the Ruin fight. Oddly enough. That's something like 30 seconds. This is definitely going to be close. That's all I can say. Okay. So, like, 37 or 38 behind. Sato, for some reason, almost turning off his Switch and going into the home menu. Definitely pressing the home button too much for whatever reason. Oh, and Sato doing Pokeodrome, or just not going for the jump? I see, just not going for the jump. Okay, well. That's part of Ganon's... That's another part of Ganon's 37 or 38 seconds to make up. But, you know, they're gonna need much more. Go, go, go. Yeah, all the things that Sato did definitely gain in about 5 of the seconds they need. It's only about 31 or 32 difference. And what are these shard strats? That is not what you'd like to see. Thankfully you're going for Crate and not the Pokemon. Okay, again, putting a winky face in chat. I don't know if that's a good or bad sign. Looks okay. For a millionth time update. 28 seconds between the runners. Oh yeah, it's incredible how much Ganon closed the gap. Oh, and Sato going for topper first. Definitely not good. Oh, bonk on Bowser Drum. Definitely losing time to it. That's sad, but we'll have to see if their fight strats can make up for it. Okay, Ganon doing the right thing and going for Harriet first. Yeah, it's possible for Ganon to win with a 4-minute handicap, and that's incredible in and of itself. Yeah. Sato falling off mech would essentially seal the race. I think Ganon's just more optimized movement made up for the Bowser Dram time loss. And Oka tied them off. Okay. Oh no, not a good topper for Ganon. So Sato exiting around the time Ganon kills Topper. Not the best. But okay. Grabbing the checkpoint to make up for some of the time loss. Ooh. A nice roll cancel bounce from Sato. But going very safe on the moon itself. 28 seconds between the runners. So Sato not going for a blind jump is a good idea. On this close of a run, it's not necessary, and it's oh no. Okay, Ganon almost. That's not a good straight. That's very scary. Manga as indeed. Okay, good topper. Scary, but should be able to make it. Sato's playing on inverted colors, I don't know why. 30 seconds between the runners. Okay, Sato going for TA. That would have been the wrong choice if he hadn't gotten it. But I respect going for it, especially on a run of this, or a race of this caliber. Okay, well, looks like Ganon's back went well. The only thing that can really change the results of this match is a death in 2D section or a death in pillars. I don't want to call it too early, but Team P looks like they'll be taking home this race. Yeah, Ganon cannot win on movement alone. If the Bowser fight is bad, that might swing it over, but oh, wait, the sync is off by like 130? Oh, okay. Then, we'll have to see. Oh. Huh. So it looks like Ganon saved about a second on Sato and mech fight. I guess I should be checking the League, Discord. Or not the League Discord, the Sandbox Discord. Okay. So they're heading into... Oh, Ganon missing cave skip. That is not good. So you're going for first fast tap. Definitely pulling out all of the fast strides for this with the target acquired as well. Oh, that was a bit far for Ganon, but that's okay. They were able to do well enough. So they're heading up to escape, as Ganon is doing the last last Bowser cycle. Minus the delay, it's about 33 seconds between the two runners. Ganon looks like they are getting a 102 and Sato a 105. Sato probably a 10, somewhere around a 105.40. I don't know for sure. It just depends on pillars. Okay, Sato did most early pillar. Alright. GG's to Team P. Sato with a 105.40. Very good. Oh, both runners did miss early pillar. GG Team P. And a 102.14 from Ganon. Yeah, 102.13 or 14. GG. Team P and Team Ganon. We'll have to... Let's see. Has anyone counted who won before I say anything further? I'm going to assume it was Team Ganon, but I want to be absolutely sure. GG Sato. We're not sure if your team won because of differences with things that happened earlier in the race. Yeah, Ganon finished 30 seconds after NVC lost 50. Or, yeah, gained. You did die in Wiggler, Ganon. GG. Yeah, so the Virtual Console on SM64 saves 50 seconds, and that's what your team used, Sato, and Ganon's did not. How does one die in Wiggler? You got 3 cycle and diamond lost. Okay, well... Well... I guess that's all I have, considering I don't think... Yeah, no. None of the other runners or comms are in this, server, so we can't have any interviews, so congrats to both teams. Team Ganon, I assume you'll be moving on. And that's all I have. You can transition back to the...
Thank you so much for playing my game.